Дякую, що ви тут, і впевнений, що ви не пожалкуєте.
Thank you for being here, and I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Please look around. That's unstandard place and that's unstandard event. It's presentation of the education platform. That's a unique educational platform which will help hundreds of people, quite possible thousands of people, hundreds, thousands of people, and even maybe millions of people. It will help them to make a new career steps in their lives. During the next several hours, we will discuss the issues with the employers, with the labor markets players, with the key leaders in this area, and everything this is possible thanks to the Ministry of Digital Transformation and its leading partners. Today we will have a discussion panels, we'll have presentations, and I'm sure that everything will lead to the fact that, yeah, actually that's a real cool project. And maybe it will be the first time ever when a lot of people leave the underground parking with such a thought. And first of all, I give a floor to Mikhailo Fedorov, Deputy Prime Minister for Innovation, Education, Science and Technology Development, Minister of Digital Transformation.
Good afternoon, everyone. So you see that my post has been changed. I'm also responsible for education and innovation now. And today we're meeting within the framework of our Diia.Digital Education is transformed to Diia.Education. We are transforming the entire education in our country. First, I would like to tell you what we have been doing up until this very moment, because this is not the first time we are into education. This is not our first project. I'd like to tell what we've done, the background that we accumulated, and how we've been developing digital education, and what we've changed, and what will be changed for all the Ukrainians, the new opportunities that all the Ukrainians will have. One of our projects that I consider to be very interesting in its development, we do it along with the business circles, is the implementation of the subjects of entrepreneurship in universities and high school. 15,000 Ukrainian students have been trained in this subject. They know how to implement their projects, how to manage and lead their projects, and these are the innovations that are being implemented. At the same time, we train teachers, we train trainers how to teach this subject at high schools and universities. And we've also secured, speaking about the materials, 2,000 schools and kindergartens now have good internet connectivity. There was a big internet subvention project, and once we will win in the war, we will support schools with Wi-Fi. We see what there's going on in the field of digitalization of schools, and we implement not only digital diaries with the Ministry of Education, we also set up the basic infrastructure. Another project that was launched after the invasion is the training of potential IT specialists, but these are the people who had never had any IT knowledge in the past, so we will be training them in IT. So these are switchers. These are the people who will get new profession in IT. We've trained more than 2,000 people, slightly more than 2,000 people. We found fundings, we produced grant, and people who had never been into IT, currently IT specialists. And this has shown us a big gap. So we have the demand for this profession. The spoiler, these people, this is very popular. 50,000 applications have been submitted, so we need to be going in that direction. We tested the model when money follows the students, and we will continue developing this project, and we are updating the information IT subject, taking into consideration the new competences, so that our children be trained in due time, be given in due time all the necessary information on what there's going on in the world, how to use the technologies, not only in digital world, but also how to use the technologies to attain their own goals. So we're setting up a flexible curricula so that they are able to get best knowledge available. And speaking about physical, more than 60,000 notebooks is the amount that we, with the Ministry of Education, gave to teachers, so that teachers are able to teach online. That started during the COVID times and continues. We work with international partners. So we build up the basic digital infrastructure for our high schools is a very important project, and as a basis for all these projects is the shaping up of a totally new vision how to be developing the educational system in our country. What's got to be done with the general and high education, vocational education, what's got to be done with all the chains of our education, and how to make the system of education competitive, because currently there's a challenge in the human capital, and we've got to do the best possible innovative strategy for development. We will be presenting it separately along with the Ministry of Education in the several months to come, but believe us, this is going to be a breakthrough, and I think that you will be proud and you will be supportive of the implementation of this strategy. One of the projects which it's not in the previous slide, but this is a fundamental one for our ministry, is the project of Diia.Digital Education. When we created the Ministry of Digital Information, there are 4 key vectors: transform the services into online, secure good quality internet for the Ukrainians, increase the IT share in our GDP to 10%, and train basic digital literacy to 6 million of Ukrainians. We've approached it systematically. We've analyzed the gap, the digital gap that our citizens had, and we realized the amount the Ukrainians to be trained. And we launched the Digital Education Platform, and we started shooting educational TV series. We've realized that in order to trigger the adults' interest, we need a different approach. In order to trigger the youngsters' interest, we need to trigger it. So we need to engage those who've never been into digitalization before with some interesting technique. We engage celebrities. We started making TV series, educational TV series, of which there are about 100 now. We launched special testing for digital skills. 1 million people have gone through that test, and all this more than 1.5 million of Ukrainians watch those TV series, which means that we're on the right track. But you know, when we see that we can perform even better, we do it better. So we've seen that there's no good course in entrepreneurship available for everyone, and we launched it for high school students, for university students, and we've seen that we've realized that there's no good course for civil servants, which we did. There's no good anti-corruption course, which we also did. So we decided to make up what's broken, and we started going beyond our digital skills. And the results of the digital education are great. And we see so many countries in the world are currently paying attention to what we've been doing, how we've been doing it, and we will tell what we're about to do next. And there's another interesting thing, that Ukraine is currently top 10 countries of the world in the field of technological skills, and which means that not only what we do is efficient and effective, it tells that the Ukrainians have lots of potentials to develop their digital skills. Today, as I've told you before, there are challenges lie in the development of human capital, because while we are fighting for our independence now, for our freedom and liberty, the entire world is developing actively implemented educational reforms. The world is engaging money to develop capital. So we have got to move as fast as we can. Another thing is that about 7 million of Ukrainians are IDPs now, and this also impacts adds social economical problems, and 5 million of Ukrainians, according to the Minister of Social Policy, have lost their jobs because they relocated, because their companies don't work anymore. So there are certain challenges and problems with employment on the labor market, which have got to be resolved. And currently the Ministry of Education, the government, are doing their best to resolve these problems. But the people, as never before, people need now swiftly change and get new jobs and get new skills. They need to find their place in life. They need to be learning all through their life. And crisis always speeds up this. COVID taught us that we need to train faster, and we've got to work online. And the full-scale war is showing us that we've got to train faster, that we've got to change our professions. We need to deepen what you already know. You need to be a better competitor on the market. So, and you need to develop faster, and the response to the challenge that we have in our society is the Diia Education. We are transforming Diia.Digital Education into the Diia Education. We're not only about digital skills or digital professional trainings. We're about helping each and every Ukrainian to find their place in life, to get a new profession, new skills. And you will see at the Education web portal, there are 50 TV series, educational TV series that will help you find a new job. And so this is a vocational education online. You'll be able to train from data analytics to barista at the cafe and get integrated into real life the fastest possible. Valeria will show you the functions. The functions are incredible. You can be tested and audit what you are, and you can figure out the profession you better be trained in now, and which skills I can get faster, and which skills I have to start working today. And in addition to this, these educational TV series have simulators. So just like Minecraft, you can select different scenarios, and you can also select different scenarios of training and education. Right in the middle of education, you can select different versions of responses and see what's going to happen with certain profession. I watched a TV series dedicated showing how to clean the right way, to be a member of cleaning company. So you select several scenarios, how to, for example, clean places below the roof, how to behave with the objects, what to do with objects in order to get high to the roof and clean the places under the roof. So they're real life situations to be able to get good real life job and be able to earn money. And after that, you'll be able to go through testing to see the knowledge that you've got, what you've managed to learn, what you have to relearn again. And after that, you will get a proposal, a list of vacancies in your regions, in the profession that you've just been trained, and you can actually find a job. And another science fiction thing, but it's real life, when you would like to learn about something and the system automatically creates certain course for you, consisting of several modules, and it's all mixed into one, and you'll be able to learn something to a topic. You'd like to learn about artificial intelligence. Out of all the TV series, you are shown, your mate and shown a TV series on artificial intelligence. Valeria will show it to you, and it looks incredible, but it's reality. And we also work to do our best, so in certain period of time, Diia.Education as a set of functions, as a new function, be available in the mobile application, Diia mobile application, and then it will be even closer to the people. You'll be able to watch this TV series using your mobile application Diia, and I'm definite that this will lead to the fact that this course, this platform, this series will get even more popular, and more people will be able to upskill or reskill and earn more. All this wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the help of our partners. We've merged the efforts of big companies like Google.org and Google, the company. These are our partners, and today we've got representatives of the company. They will be online later on with us, and I'm so much happy that we're launching this project along with them. And the Eastern Europe Fund, with this fund, we've already, with Victor Alak, we've implemented several projects already, and you've been helping us starting day one. When we started thinking about the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Digital Transformation, and about these projects, you've been supportive of us, you've been engaged in world experts, you've been helping us so that we be able to implement our project, make our projects reality. I'd like to express my gratitude to the team that's been engaged into the implementation of this project, all the teams who've been helping us, starting with the shooting of the TV series, all the way to the design development, all the people who managed this project, because launching 50 TV series in one day over this brief period of time is almost unreal, but it's true. So this is a great project from the very beginning up until what we currently have. Thank you, dear partners. And please watch these TV series. And the most important is to send link to Diia.Education to your friends who would like to upskill or reskill, or to earn more, or to find their place in life. Thank you very much.
Дякую, було вже.
Thank you very much.
Просто сказав, що будуть міжнародні.
I said that there would be international partners, and Mikhailo is right. And we're going to be listening to our permanent partner. This is the representative of permanent partner, Google.org, Vice President of Google on the Karan-Bhatia. He's online with us. Government Affairs and Public Policies. So you can applaud.
Hello, the stage is virtually yours.
Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Wonderful. Well, it is a pleasure to be joining you all today. I'm in Washington, D.C., but we are following very closely this event in Ukraine. It is such a pleasure to see you all and to see Prime Minister Fedorov, who has been such an incredible leader. You know, I met Vice Prime Minister when he was in Washington about 6 months before the start of the all-out war against Ukraine. And at that time, he showed me the Diia app. And I've got to tell you, in the time since, I have traveled the world. I spend time in many different countries, but the Diia app I cite again and again as being an example of one of the most sophisticated e-government apps I have seen, and one that has such strong support from the government and from civil society. So it's wonderful to see today's additional step. You know, since the beginning of the war, it has just been inspiring to work alongside the Deputy Prime Minister and his team to support the Ukrainian people and government. I and our teams at Google are excited to now work with him in this additional capacity of overseeing education. So thank you all for the invitation to join you today. You know, as the war is ongoing, we are acutely aware of the challenges that the people of Ukraine continue to face and the impact that it has had on the country and the economy. Here at Google, we understand the critical importance of supporting communities in need. We have been looking for ways to help people affected by the war, supporting the humanitarian relief efforts, and fundamentally using our products to do so. And we've been inspired by the Vice Prime Minister's vision to continue to push for the digital transformation of Ukraine, notwithstanding the war. I actually often hear that the digital sector is one of the sectors that has continued to grow in the past year. And we at Google are very honored to have been able to contribute in a small way to this success. The war, as the Deputy Prime Minister referenced, has of course significantly impacted the Ukrainian economy. So we have been working to help support Ukrainians not just maintain their livelihoods, but also to continue to succeed and to be able to grow as the economy, as the global economy continues to evolve. You know, Ukraine has always had such a thriving tech ecosystem and startup community with world-class developers. So one of the focus areas that we have had is continuing to help that community succeed. And to that end, we allocated equity-free cash awards to 58 Ukrainian-founded tech companies through our $5 million Google for Startups Ukraine support fund. Supporting the digital transformation and improved cybersecurity of the government has also been a key focus of ours. And that's why we made available 50,000 Google Workspace licenses. Google Workspace is our suite of office software and productivity solutions. So we made those available to public authorities and institutions. And, you know, it continues to be our strong conviction that digital can play, has played, will continue to play an important role in helping education, in helping teachers and students continue to push forward and improve on school curricula. That's why we've been providing Chromebooks and education software and training including in a recent partnership with the UN agencies, UNESCO and UNICEF. And now, of course, today, supporting the Diia Education portal in partnership with the East European Foundation really fits beautifully with this overall objective of supporting Ukraine's digital transformation and helping the people and businesses of Ukraine continue to thrive in Ukraine, from Ukraine. You know, Diia is a one-of-a-kind e-government application and really a pioneer in government-led civic technology. And that's in large part why we wanted to help catalyze its growth and scale it to meet the growing need through a combination of both funding and technical expertise. So we supported the East Europe Foundation, the Deputy Prime Minister mentioned as well, who are the strategic partner to the ministry on the Diia.Education Platform, with a $2 million Google.org grant to build a series of educational content aimed at upskilling and reskilling any Ukrainian worker needing or wanting to learn new skills. And we also took Google employees. We seconded Google employees who worked full-time for 6 months side by side with the Diia team as technical experts through the Google.org fellowship program. And you know, these engineers were, these fellows were software engineers. They're product managers, they were program managers from Ukraine, but also from all over Europe, who were passionate about helping Ukraine any way they could during this tragic war. So today, we are so pleased to be here to help announce the result of this collaboration, the launch of this new Diia Education Platform. It is really a pioneer in the future of education and in providing 21st century digital skills for everyone. You know, the portal is going to make it easy for anybody to get the skills they need today, to find the training they need, to get into a new or better job, and to continue their learning quest, their lifelong learning quest. It is also going to help job seekers pair their skills with concrete job opportunities. And we have an ambitious goal. You know, it is that by the end of 2024, 5 million Ukrainians will have learned a new skill through the platform, and 600,000 will have found a job as a result. So helping people stay connected, stay competitive in the labor market is important to everybody in every country around the world. But we hope this tool will be especially helpful to Ukrainians who have shown the world what resilience means and how to come out of the worst possible challenges even stronger than they were before. I'm so proud of what the teams have done. I'm grateful to the Ministry of Digital Transformation and the East Europe Foundation for this collaboration. I just know that we at Google remain deeply committed to Ukraine, to supporting the country and its people, and to standing alongside all of you with all of the efforts that you've undertaken to digitalize Ukraine, help people find jobs, and grow a stronger country and economy. So thank you. And with that, I'll pass it back to the Diia team. Thank you again.
Thank you. Дякуємо. І ми повертаємось в Україну.
Thank you. We'll return back to Ukraine and offline. And here we have a more detailed and technical presentation, and Deputy Minister for Integration and the Minister of Digital Transformation will have a floor now, Ms. Valeria Yonan. Sometimes you can hear it could be some changes which you have expected a lot. It's very important to keep moving, to change professions, employments, areas of work, to just get new skills. Just remember, behind new turns, you have new life. Don't be afraid of moving forward. Diia Education, new skills, new professions. Hi to everyone. We are happy to see you here on the presentation of the Education Platform. I'm not going to waste your time, and I'm going to dig into details of this platform, which is already available for you. While you're listening to me, you can follow the Diia Education platform. You can Google it, Diia Osvita or Diia Education, and visit our lead page. We have started our project in 2020. It was called Diia.Education. Its main goal was to teach basic IT literacy to all Ukrainians. As we have an ambitious goal to become the biggest digital state in the world. That's why it means that all Ukrainians should have basic IT skills. Now we understand that during the war, we have a lot of challenges. Each year they become more and more people need qualifications or advancing of their qualifications or a complete change in their employment vector. It means that on Diia.Education Platforms, we have several areas available for you. So first of all, we have live ongoing educations, and there you can find such things as edutainment, and education there is very wide, starting with the basic skills and ending up with AI. Then we have upskilling and employment. During this within this area, you can just have a career aptitude test. You can understand what you need. Then you pass some trainings. Then you will have a simulation mode, which will help you to prove your skills and knowledge and get a certificate. And after this, you will find all available vacancies available in your region according to your profession of interest. Also, on specific area, you could find and choose some skills which are of your interest and watch some education shows whenever you want and wherever you want. Also, we have a lot of tests available for you, a huge number of tests, using which you could check your level of digital literacy. And to wrap up, I would like to say that all our content is available in English. That's why we will be very happy if you study both English and Ukrainian, because these languages are available for you. Look at this video. So, constant learning of new actual skills and knowledge, that's a new challenge of world which forces us to change depending on the circumstances around. But just imagine, education would be available and accessible for everyone. To change a profession, to develop new skills or knowledge, you could achieve it just using an education show, watching simulator, or listening to the podcast. With Diia Simulator, you could optimize your learning process, create your own education show based on your hobbies and skills. For example, dig into the details of artificial intelligence. Among a lot of different educational shows, choose what you need and what will make you confident in moving forward. Yes, sometimes beginning from the scratch is the very best solution. Sometimes it's the only solution. And a new try will always be easier than the previous ones. You will have your skills for all your life. You need just to start to study in order to find out which exactly profession is the best for you and choose the appropriate education training process. Sometimes for someone, this experience could become the most interesting experiment in their life. For others, it will help them to go to be aligned with new technologies. Education makes us a little bit happier. Send your certificates to your relatives, how you pass the tests. Let your relatives be proud of your results. Remember how you was excited of studying and learning process when you were a very child. Be inspired to have new experiments and move forward together with the world of Diia.Education Platform. New skills, new professions. You know, Just recently, I have had such a experience. I was on business trip, and in one of the working meetings, I told about our project, the platform, so on. When I showed how it looks like, they said that, yeah, really, it works. So in order for you not to doubt, I asked my team to show you how it works. Now on the screen, you can see how it works. So now you can just follow the Diia.UA link. That's the main page. Here you can see, choose what you need, what you are interested in. Here you can change and create your personal individual TV show. We can do it, for example, already right now. We can go to this sector. Let's create individual TV show. Let's start, for example, with artificial intelligence and choose, for example, application of an AI in arts. So do we have any proposals from the audience? So medicine. Okay, let's choose medicine and, for example, education and learning with teacher. Actually, now, so how we are going to call this TV show? Who has suggested to have medicine? How would you like to name this TV education show? So what's your name? Alina? So Alina, this will be a TV show for Alina. Okay, so we are writing it down, and still we are developing your individual educational show. You can also choose relevant skills, and then the system will provide and prepare for you different TV shows, different series from those shows, and those skills which we have chosen, and we can just edit and finalize your individual TV show. We can go back to the landing page for our partners, for our friends, and our future students know how to work with this platform. So please a little bit scroll down. So it's possible also to filter according to the events which you are interested in. Also, we have here simulators. We have 55 different simulators. We have different TV shows. We have also TV shows in the life learning education area, and you can also choose other sectors. For example, online security. It's one of the sectors which we'll be discussing in more detail today. Also, we have an English version. Please look how it looks like, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this web page. I hope you will refer to it and study it after this meeting. I also would like to express my words of gratitude to our partners, to the Google, to the fellowship program. We have been working with them for the last 6 months. They helped us a lot. We have developed different integrations with them. Platform, also to the East Europe Foundation and to all other companies which you can see on this slide. When we have created TV shows, we understood that we can't do it by ourselves. That's why we reached out to those companies which are present on the market, because they are exactly those who know which skills are needed for Ukrainians today in order to get new professions. That's why these are all our partners who helped us. I'm sure that I'll have even more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the team who worked on this project for the last several months and last several days before this event, before this kick-off. Thank you so much to our ministers, for Minister and Vice Prime Minister, for constant support, constant help, and let's meet on our web platform already today.
Now, Victor Lech is the president of the Fund East Year Foundation. He'll tell us why they've been supportive of these projects. Greetings to everyone. Now, this is an incredible product, and I'm so much pleased that today we have this great opportunity to have access to the best world IT products that the state is developing for the citizens, developing along with non-governmental organizations and tech companies. And I believe that this is the very partnership that produces these good results. I'd like to express my gratitude to Mikhailo, to Valeria for warm words about our partnership, and the partnership that's been on since 2020, when the first challenge, that of COVID-19, made us produce our first online education platform. Definitely this story was innovative back then. When using Netflix, we prepared that platform with the support of GAP programs financed by the Swiss Confederation. And back then, 2.5 million of Ukrainians were issued certificates, but here we made yet another step further. And I do understand well that the economic frontline economies are frontline, and developing our skills will help our country be closer to victory. We faced the greatest challenges of time. 7 million of Ukrainians are below the poverty threshold, but the registration of new businesses has gone up 20%. Ukrainians do want to work. Ukrainians know how to work. Even if, despite the hardships, we want to develop the economy. We want to work, and our task is to help them. And we represent, I guess, the one of the kind product in the world that we, the Ukrainians, will be proud of. Believe me. This is a combination of lots of functions, starting with vocational education, selection of the right profession, vocational training, and the link with the employer, potential employer. And in addition to that, we paid a lot of attention to the motivation of Ukrainians to be upskilled or reskilled. And probably you know that to get a new job, new skills sometimes is not an easy task, and we even thought about that as well. So that's why we're rolling out this project, and we're so much happy because of this partnership. Thank you, Google, for being supportive of us, financial and intellectual support of that you've given to this project. You probably know that you know Diia in Estonia. Believe me, and in pretty short period of time, a sweet idea will be spoken about in the world, and a lot of countries in the world will be implementing this very system in their countries. So I'm definite about it. And I'm also definite that the Ukrainians know how to work well. So please reinforce yourself, study, learn new stuff, reinforce economical front line, bring the victory closer to us, and please use this platform. Thank you very much. Thank you, Victor. Thank you for stressing that this platform is something that we will be proud on the international level, and I hope that you are, because otherwise you're not doing the right thing. Speaking about the international level, Miko Groenberg is acting head of operations, EUAM Ukraine. He will tell us about the importance of digital skills in the general. So,
dear Deputy Prime Minister, my fellow speakers, and ladies and gentlemen, I have a official organizational message to pass, but before that, I think I might tell a short anecdote related to your ability to adapt a new situation. And I think this Diia is also about adapting the new situation. So I came here in Kiev, let's say a few days ago, and I lived this hotel, and so to say the truth, that I have spent quite many nights in this same place, and so if I stretch the truth a little bit, I would like to say that it's so great that we are launching this Diia education in my bedroom. So I'm kind of proud of that kind of approach, and it's really describes the whole society's ability to adapt for the new complicated situation. But yeah, happy to be here, and my name is Mikko Grönberg, and I'm representing this European Union Advisory Mission. So on behalf of the European Union Advisory Mission in Ukraine, I have the honor to congratulate you on the launch of the Diia.Education Platform. This new platform serves the needs of Ukrainian citizens in these challenging times, the ongoing, unprovoked, and unjustified war of aggression waged by the Russian Federation. Digital skills and topic of digital safety is increasingly important for people across Europe. As also evidenced by the recent pandemic, which has shifted our lives into the internet significantly. The full-scale invasion have killed Ukrainian people, destroyed infrastructure, and affect digital environment. Our personal data, business activities, donations, and simple communication online, all these may become a target for cybercriminals who are very innovative and adaptive to new reality. Europe has long been at the forefront of the digital safety, with the General Data Protection Regulation serving as an example of how the European Union has taken lead in protecting the privacy of its citizens. However, digital safety goes beyond just private concerns. It encompasses a wide range of issues, including cyberbullying, online harassment, identity theft, and more. It's important to recognize that digital safety is not just an individual responsibility, but also a collective one. Governments, organizations, and individuals all have a role to play. Ensuring that the digital world is a safe and secure place. The EU has made significant strides in this regard, with legislation such as the Network and Information Systems Directive and the Digital Service Act, which aim to create a safe digital space for the fundamental rights of users so that users are protected. The EU is also working on current and future challenges like artificial intelligence. Through the EU's Artificial Intelligence Act, we will embed safety and security in artificial intelligence solutions to make sure citizens' fundamental rights and liberties are upheld. We in the European Union Advisory Mission work closely with our Ukrainian beneficiaries to advance the digital safety for Ukrainian people. The mission believes that the Education Platform will greatly contribute to this goal by raising awareness about existing online threats, but also by guiding its users on how to properly address various harmful content or threatening situations on the internet. We stand ready to further support Ukrainian partners in preventing online crimes. Acknowledgement the fact that humans are often exploited as the weakest link in cybersecurity. The EUAM also supports the civilian security sector institution through tailored and updated training on cyber hygiene for its personnel. In line with our mandate, we are committed to assist Ukrainian institutions towards the sustainable reform of the civilian security sector through strategic advice and practical support. For specific reform measures based on EU standards, including in the area of digital safety. At this point, let me recognize Ukrainians' very impressive work in the area of digital transformation and applaud your commitment and involvement. Before I end, I also would like to underline that my colleagues in the European Union Advisory Mission in Ukraine and myself are very grateful for the good cooperation between the mission and the Ministry of Digital Transformation. I would like to especially thank Deputy Minister Valeria Ionan and her team. Thank you very much. Congratulations to all partners on this important milestone. Slava Ukraini!
Glory to Ukraine.
Дякуємо.
Thank you very much. And now it's a great pleasure to give the microphone to Paul Gurney, founder of the CEO of Becoming X. This is a great initiative that helps uncover the talents of the people, especially celebrities like Roger Federer or Julia Roberts. So Paul's got to be with us online. Paul?
It's an absolute pleasure to be joining you to celebrate the launch of the Diia.Education Platform. So my name is Paul Gurney. I'm the CEO of a company called Becoming X. Now, we're an education company set up by myself and Bear Grylls, the TV adventurer. Of course, more recently, the United 24 ambassador. So we're absolutely delighted to collaborate with the Diia.Education team to provide world-class content and films that will appear on the platform. Now, over the past few years, we've been working with some of the most inspirational and iconic people on the planet with one goal, which is to understand what it really takes to realize our potential. What are the skills, knowledge, attitudes, and relationships that people can learn to help them really succeed, no matter what the challenges they are having. So before I talk too much more about that, I'd like to share just a very short video to give you an example of some of the people that we've had the pleasure of working with.
You can become extraordinary.
It's not something that happens quickly or easily.
You just have to kind of understand that it's possible to be done.
All of us have potential.
Whatever you want in life, you can achieve it if you put your mind to it.
But you've probably heard that before. And the truth is, it's not easy.
You can't just pluck belief or confidence out of the air.
No one owes you. You got to make it for yourself.
Life is always going to have a brick wall.
You can't stop at the first roadblock.
It's standing up in the moments where things are really tough that will make the difference.
Face the fear of failure.
You can learn so much by doing something wrong.
And you're going to have to work to make it happen.
There are going to be people who will tell you you're never going to achieve it.
If something knocks you back, you stand up, you reassess, and then move forward.
Don't let people judge what you're capable of.
Because greatness isn't born, it's learned.
Keep going, keep believing, reach for the stars.
You never know what you might be able to achieve.
You just have to have that no limits mindset.
The tougher the journey, the tougher you are.
And that gives you power.
Go as far as you can.
Seize the day, seize the moment.
Take joy in what you do.
If you just keep trying, you can achieve anything.
So, who can you become?
So that gives you a little insight into some of the people we've worked with. We've worked with presidents, Nobel Peace Prize winners, Olympic gold medalists, Oscar winners, athletes, military leaders, scientists, and people who've come from extremely tough backgrounds as well. This isn't just about looking at how some of the big famous people have got to where they've got to. About 40% of the people that we film have come from incredibly tough backgrounds, have had no education at all, who've grown up in care, who've been in prison, or even been homeless. And actually, we share their stories as how they've got to the very top of their professions as well. So a lot of these films are going to be available on the platform, and it's designed to help Ukrainians to learn from some of these people, to get those insights on what it really takes to succeed, whilst hopefully learning some more English along the way. So we're delighted to be supporting, and we hope there'll be more content being made available soon. And finally, I want to share with you some other work that we're doing to support Ukraine. So we're developing a platform called Becoming X Ukraine, and building content with market-leading companies such as Accenture and Amazon. It's focused on digital skills, it's focused on employability, but also creating content for schools and students on personal development, looking at things like how to build resilience, how to look after your mental health. And again, we're looking to share as much of this content as possible to make sure it's available on the Diia.Education Platform. So to close out, I just want to say a big well done to all of the team. This genuinely is world-breaking. This is a brilliant initiative, and it's great to see all of the hard work coming together. So with that, I want to say we're right behind you in everything that you do. Keep doing amazing things. Thank you so much.
Дякую. Ви ще встигаєте помітити ім'я
Thank you. You could also see Vladimir Klitschko behind his shoulder. It was on the screen. Now we have formal outside person, but this person will tell us actually how it happened. That's Anastasia Bortnik, a program manager from Google Org Fellowship. Hi to everyone. So first of all, let me thank you for inviting me to speak today and for the opportunity to share with you my experience. And so my name is Nastya. I was born in Lutsk, but I have lived for many years in Kyiv. Needless to say that the war in Ukraine has affected the lives of millions of Ukrainians, myself included. Since the early days of the war, when I recovered a little from the initial shock, my first intention was, what can I do to help? So because of the war, lots of people became internally displaced, they lost work. I know many of such people personally. So when I saw the opening of Google Org Fellowship with Diia.Education aiming to help such people to requalify, find new job opportunities, I got inspired by this cause and felt that this was an excellent opportunity to support Ukrainians. Moreover, I've been an early user of Diia app and its services. I was its fan. I proudly showed it to my foreign friends. So for me, it was a great chance to work together with the ministry team who stood behind those products. Thanks to the fact that what we call the fellowship in the Google.org, I will have an opportunity to step away from my core job at Google for 6 months and work full-time pro bono alongside the ministry team on developing and scaling Diia.Education, which became possible due to the grant allocated by Google.org earlier to the Eastern Europe Foundation. A part of me, 6 fellow specialists worked on it, including product managers, software engineers, designers, and myself as a program manager. All of us were Ukrainians in major part of the cases, and we wanted to help Ukraine with what we can do the best. Engineer and launch some products. As soon as we started to work with the ministry, they helped us to be the part of the team, and together we identified the work that should be done within the next 6 months, working long together with each other. For those 6 months, our specialists developed the full employment section. We integrated vacancies from the top job boards in Ukraine by creating custom algorithms to match open jobs to users' searches with precision accuracy. They also developed the front end of the reskilling and upskilling section and set the foundation. They helped to set the foundation of AI, ML implementation to the platform. So in the future, it can provide best learning and jobs recommendations to the users. Non-technical Google specialists who work together with our team, they also helped to adapt the extensive Google's education course on digital marketing. Very soon will be available on this platform. They helped to build a holistic marketing strategy based on user and market research, including in-person internally displaced people interviews, and they also provide creatives consultancy given by the Google experts. I remember that at one of the early days of our cooperation, Valeria Yonan mentioned that in the Ministry of Digital Transformation, they aim to avoid unnecessary bureaucracy and work as if they're a highly efficient and result-oriented tech company within the government. Based on our 6 months cooperation, I can only confirm that thanks to very quick reactions, it was a pleasure positive work with the ministry team. We learned a lot from each other. For example, our specialists share knowledge of practical usage of AI and Google's expertise on marketing, while I myself learned a lot from the ministry communication team, and their project managers showed to me how effectively to handle such an amount of work within a limited time frame. And more to say, I learned a lot from the Diia.Education Platform itself, because while working, I have watched more than 100 education shows. So my last point to tell you, I urge you, I call you to watch as more as possible on the Diia.Education Platform, because definitely there are a lot of useful content for every Ukrainian. Thank you. Thank you. And now I'm going to speak a little bit slow, and as we have such a public event for those who watch streaming, now we have a panel discussion, and that's why we need some time to equip our scene with chairs. So, as it was discussed in the beginning, we have different formats. Online, we communicated with great people. You have watched the Volodymyr Klitschko's book, and we listened to great presentations. And now we have a discussion panel. This panel is important for everyone who search for a job at any time of their life, or they plan to look for a job. So those people, they help to find jobs in Ukraine. We have Anastasia Hajdak, Director of Talent Development, Jobel, Maxim Pilipenko, Director of Communications for Ktelt.ua, and Valery Reshadnyak, CEO of Robota.ua. Please welcome them at our scene. And I am going to ask your questions, and those who are present already on the scene, please have your floor. So, what do you think? Does education mean now anything, taking into consideration that we see a huge number of unemployed people now, 100% that education matters now? The uniqueness of this project is that it combines, so that's such a bridge between education and job search. That's my opinion. We didn't have such possibility before. It's a unique thing, because now we see a huge number of job seekers who are the beginners. They only begin their career, they're students. For example, I am a CEO from Robota.ua. Top 3 job categories belong to them. So it's very important to have such a bridge between education and job search, such as Diia.Education. That's a super project. Yeah, I just agree that education matters, especially in such wide sense, because when we speak about education, very often we speak about higher education, and then you should think and just think about whether education gives you relevant skills. But if we speak about life-going education, then yes, it matters. I constantly study, I constantly learn. When I say to anyone, I say that yes, it's needed. I say that even if, to anyone, if you are learning now, it's not the end point of your education. Just be ready that it's for the whole life. Yeah, for sure. Education matters, and also matters how you develop your skills and knowledge during all your life. I would like to focus right now on the employment market situation. On Work.ua, there were more than 100,000 of job vacancies before the war, and actually when the war started, this figure dropped significantly, but the figure of job seekers has increased significantly. And as of now, we have almost 70,000 of job vacancies. It means that the level of job vacancies has almost reached 80% of the before war situation. Now employers say about deficit of qualified personnel. That means that education is very important now, and this project is very on time. You have touched this issue of how actually the full-scale inflation impacted on requirements to the candidates and recruitment sphere at large. I fully agree with our colleagues, before the full-scale invasion, there were 3 job seekers per 1 vacancy. Beginning of March last year, 24 job seekers per 1 vacancy. And now it decreased. Now we have around 4.5 job seekers per vacancy. So it means that we have almost reached the market station before the full-scale invasion. But anyway, the most popular position in terms of job seekers, that's junior front-end developer. There are a lot of junior front-end developers are looking for the jobs now. Yeah, and that's why exactly the recruitment processes change based on such new reality. If earlier it was enough to circulate your CVs, there was a wide choice, but now companies are much more strict in their choices. And just I had a fresh discussion on Facebook regarding letters of motivation. But in Ukraine, usually people don't do it, but it could really help to just to outstand a job seeker among other candidates. And of course, now employers pay more and more attention to soft skills or personal characters and personal skills. Because if speaking about technical skills, if we do not speak about technical vacancies, we have more and more people with different technical skills. And it means that we are now thinking about our culture, whether this person is relevant to our culture, whether this person is ready to hear to our feedback, if this person is ready to adapt and grow together with our company. Yes, the approach to the recruitment process has changed. Now it becomes stricter, and the qualities which are important for the candidates is correspondence to the corporate culture and readiness to learn and relearn. And there was just a recent study where employers identify top 5 skills which are important now for specialists. For the first place, it goes to the analytical thinking, then creative thinking also is there. Also, it includes being curious and being capable to learn during all your life. It means that all those skills are important for the employers, and the job seekers could get them thanks to the Diia.Education Platform. Do we have real cool requalification processes and tools?
So based on the fact that my daughter is turning 17 and my son is turning 14 this year, I'm looking for the best vocational tool for my children. Now you have the education. Yes, I'm a future potential client of these user of these tools, and my children speak 4 languages. I'm considering opportunities elsewhere, not only in Ukraine, but I haven't seen any other tools of the kind, though I've studied the experience of several countries of Europe. Yes, I was going to say Diia's education and career coaching are the tools that we can use. You can turn to career coach and ask for the type of the profession that can match your skills or interests that a human being has, the child has. So at Jubal, we're playing around this idea, and that is the creation of the best vocational tests. We're looking at this from the point of view of ex-combatants returning from the front line, and trying to integrate into the peaceful life. So this is the idea that we are developing now. This is just a prototype, but this is just a teaser from me. You will get no more information from me on this. There are many companies which, within the framework of being socially responsible, they launch online training classes and internship services, and there are other services, and Diia.Education is yet another service, and this will help people upskill or reskill. So currently, at the age of digital opportunities, access to knowledge is open, access to skills is open, so the main task is to help people build up their trajectory of skill studies, is to have the set of courses at the end to have the necessary set of skills to be able to work, pick up a certain profession. This is an incredible functionality that the platform is offering. Thank you very much. This is a discussion, but everyone seems to be in total agreement with the rest, at least. So we're on the same page, we're on the same wavelength. We know each other well, and you know, we've known each other well, so words are other to add anything else. So let's see if it's the same on the labor market. Thank you very much. All the applause is virtual and physical go to you. We continue, and we're going to have yet another brief discussion panel with the employers. Alina Savchuk is the SOCAR and Slava Belbek, architect, founder of CEO, Natalia Korol of head of the training department, Silpo, and Natalia Korshin, head of the MHP Brand Development Center. Yes, we've got 3 Natalias. We did it on purpose. The first question is a tough one. How do you retain talented young people within your company, and how can you upskill or reskill people at the expense of the company? Who would like to start? You be the first, because you're closer to me. Retaining of the personnel as of now is a key problem for us, and we've decided to influence the situation. We've got a notion of searching of additional senses, and in order to retain people within the team, our main task, we want to be a team. So because of in spite of all this challenge, we try to be a team, even though we wouldn't be able to pay full salary, no budgets, no comfortable workplace. We've found additional senses. These are stable social projects and volunteer initiatives, and this Uber idea is above comfort and above money, and the entire team of ours, about 70 people, 65 people, we stayed, we lived through these hard times. We reduced the conditions of work, but step by step we got onto a new level. This is with regards of being a team, remaining being a team, and we've analyzed if we compare hard skills and soft skills are more important because you can train, you can upskill or reskill, and the education will help that. But soft skills are above hard skills because you've got to be resolving problems of humanity, understanding, and issues of totally different level to remain as a team. The team will drag you out, will be supportive of you, and all our business of today is actually based on mutual understanding. One department understands well the other department, and this is our main objective. MHP company, I'd like to tell you the following. What talented people need? The talented people need to implement their talents in real life. MHP is the company that works assiduously. We've got lots of good work and projects and ideas, and the talented people can actually implement their talents in the current present-day Ukraine. So that's why this is a great opportunity for all of them. And to answer the question whether training your staff is a good thing, yes, there have been always requests for trainings, and people train different things in different times, easy times and turbulent times, at different stages of their work career. And trainings, education at our company have got double senses. I do support you because on one hand, we need skills that were not important in the past, and currently you can train, upskill or reskill your people. And number two, people perceive it as the company being supportive of them. So company makes them more professionally stronger. You can use it you can use your own sources. You can engage experts from the outside, experts and companies from outside. In our company, I would like to tell you that we've got requests in the initial weeks of the war. In our corporate training department in May of 2022, conducted online workshop for more than 700 employees. They train them to work remotely, be resilient, know how to behave in conflict and tough times, make decisions online, and make decisions in times of uncertainty. Do you use education as a reward for your personnel, for your employees? And if you see that somebody would like to study, you will be promoting the person. Yes, definitely. During these times, this is not only compulsory, but this is a must-have. This is a support that should be given to each and every employee by the company. And once the people are better off a little bit, then you develop the plan for development, and you either use your own sources or outside sources. Let me give you a bright example. We've had a project on engaging, and those were the meetings with world-level expert for all MHP people. It was free of charge, and those experts would teach us resilience under these harsh times. And there were practical classes and lectures conducted by David Goldman. He's a world expert on and Tara Brush. He teaches psychology. A psychologist. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. SOCAR filling stations are important, so we didn't fire anyone. We were always hiring because starting the 24th of February last year, filling stations have been so much important, and that's why SOCAR doesn't have any staffing problem. If you want to work, the secret is simple. Official salary, the salary is paid, never delayed. PPS, we trained people in PPS, psychosociological support. We train them how to behave if you're in the place that's being shelled by rockets. But yes, we know that education is in, but I can tell that education is in high demand in our company. Silpo, this is a big company, 26,000 people, and this is a critical infrastructure in our, and we want to be creating a nice time every time you cross the threshold of our store, work with us. And ever since the war started, we've been experiencing problems, but educational system always inspires. And due to those horrible challenges at the beginning of the war, then we got adjusted to everything. We realized that people are willing to upskill and reskill using the system that the company had built before the war. This system had been active before the war started, and each and every position that the person occupies, the person occupying the position can study a lot. So if person, a baker, becomes chief baker, the person has got to attend classes, and which inspires person. So if you like the company, if you're loyal to the company, if you're dedicated to the company, you will be trained everything. People who start work with us, they don't know how stores and shops work, but Diia.Osvita, my microphone seems to have died.
Працює. Тепер треба ще один. А
Now
знаєте,
it's back. You know why we need yet another? Because we will talk about the modern education. We will discuss it from different angles, Ukrainian celebrities, international experts, and a book on Klitschko's book in the background. We've got 2 discussion panels, and now we will discuss the modern education with a person who's been into the modern education for many years, because this is the chief of the Projector Institute, Alexander, aka Sasha Trigub. Okay, please tell me what new jobs, digital jobs, came into existence over the recent period of time and how they impact the people and the market.
So I think that all professions are known to everyone. Of course, I can just rename them again. So SMM, target specialist. I think they were 3 years ago. Yeah, but now station is different. We are entering into the world of artificial intelligence. No one knows exactly what it means for sure, but it depicts for us death of old professions, or at least their significant change and the emerging of new professions. So does it mean that robots will take all jobs to do from all other people? No, I don't agree that they will take over all the jobs, because a lot of people have tried to play with the artificial intelligence tools. So they tried, copywriters tried such tools as GPT chat, and it appeared that in order to do something, you don't need to make a lot of efforts, but in order to get a good result, you need to know some good things. It doesn't guarantee any specific results. Yeah, I have tried GPT chat, and I asked to give me a short biography of famous Donetsk region citizens, and one of them was Valery Lobanovsky, who actually was born in Kiev. It's good that it was it didn't say that this person was born in 15th century. Yeah, that's why I mean that we need a lot of skills how to work with it. For example, how to formulate our questions and how to check its answers. Okay, how long do I need to learn and how that robots work with us, but not for us? I think that not today, because, for example, the creative area representatives needs just a few months to learn how to develop advertisement, to do advertisement copyright, products, and so on. But in your reality, where you have such a powerful instrument, so you need to do it better than others in order to engage their attention. In order to get this, you need to be a developed individuality with a wide standing and wide vision position, and it's hard to get. So it means that we're going to work for all our life to get it. So I'm going to repeat my question again. How to increase our chances to become amazingly professional and popular in the current contemporary digital professions? So first, to develop your way of thinking, to develop your vision, to develop your skills to formulate questions, and to learn how to create, but not to consume the content. So you say be smart, be cool, or learn how to be smart and cool. But how to do it? Read books, watch videos. But actually, yeah, it's true, because now for designers, but the desire goes to museum or just an ordinary thing. I want to go, I don't want to go, I do what I want. But in the current reality, going to museum becomes part of your profession. And you need to have quite a trained brain in order to carry out a good event. So if your if your staff is not at their job place and they tell, oh, I'm in museum, so everything is good, you need to pay them their salary. And so you have been working in this area for quite a long time. Tell us, what is the most successful case or cases, for example, a person or project which have survived and have grown thanks to the online education? I don't know how to answer your question because you never say that it's my success because I was only a part of it. Now, for example, I could mention such a service which is called 3Face. Maybe you know about them. That's real cool guys who create AI models to change the faces. And the founder of the 3Face company have been engaged in the process, and they have established their own company. And I think that you are the only one that who have not said good words about Diia.Education Platform. I could say that I have seen the first versions of the platform, version 1 and so on, as all other people. I said, what is it? What is it? So what will be implemented? I thought that these are dreams which never come true. And why do I say it? Because not that much time passed since those times, and now we can see what a huge progress has been achieved by the project, how it becomes powerful, how it becomes wide and scaled up, what recommendations they gave, requalification capacities and potential. So it's a huge story of success. It's really changing our environment for Ukrainians, how they can learn further. Thank you. I think it was Alexander Trugub, projector. Thank you. And now, at the end of our presentation, we have Yuri Bolonyuk, chairperson of National Qualifications Agency. He will tell us more about self-education and what are special institutions which are going to assess this self-education. Hi to everyone. That's a great news. Just yesterday in the downtown of Tallinn, the Ukrainian flag has been raised. Why it was done? It was a very symbolic event because Ukraine has joined the NATO Cybersecurity Center. So it means that our Ukrainian co-fellows have a high level of qualifications and high capacity not only to learn in the formal education, but also in the informal education. What does Diia.Education do? They do important steps in order to overcome challenges which all countries, all societies face. So they overcome the qualification gap between what a person knows and can, and what is required from this person by the employers. The EU priority and the great issue for 2023-2024 is skills. On the 9th of May, Ursula von der Leyen has kicked off the European Skills Year, and I, as a national coordinator of the skills year in Ukraine, I welcome the updated version of Diia.Education. It's great. 147 persons have gained qualifications based on their self-education. What does that mean? Formal and informal education. It doesn't matter. Employers are not interested where you have learned. For them, important what you can. And so, qualification centers are not interested where you have learned it. In the Diia.Education and other YouTube channels, you have just had your apprenticeship in some enterprise that you gain the skills. Just go, pass your qualification, and go to the employment market. 40+ qualification, professional qualifications. That's already our possibility. We built our system via requirements from the side of employers towards potential employees. That's the professional standard. Today, we don't have a high number of professional standards, 288, but we have the same number of applications. What does Diia.Education do? They look at the requirements, the professional standards, and that's how they develop their professional videos. Yeah, I really checked it. They do like this. For example, a baker, and it's not by chance, we have professional qualification of a baker. What is the next? What our agency plans to do? We are doing it already now. We are going to kick it off, to launch off in summer. The qualification platform where employers will write their requirements towards employees, what they need to do. That will be a very easy to fill in form template, which, but it will be very easily applied for the overcoming the gap between the employment skills that are needed and employment skills that exist. That's such as a hint and advice for developments of the professional standards. It will be done by MedAdvanced, Sokar, Silpo, and other companies. That these requirements will go into Diia.Education, into formal education, wherever it's needed, in order for employees, potential employees, correspond to the job vacancies. That's what we do. Other things that happen across the world are the following, that all move to the live ongoing education. We have done it not now, we have done it 5 years ago. It means that it's important to learn all the time. Speaking about live ongoing education, I would like to express my words of gratitude to all the team of Ministry of Digital Transformation, because we have been cooperating for a long time. We have great successes. It already became envisaged in the legislative acts. So thank you so much. I wish you more successes. Our agency is open for cooperation. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. That's actually all. This project is a grand one, but you can see the presentation is very laconic, very brief, and we have packed it with a huge number of different formats. So please check by yourself, verify by yourself, visit our platform, learn how to be a cooker, analytics specialist, a programmer, launch your own businesses, share it with your parents, kids, grandfathers, grandfathers, and so on, and enjoy this unique project. Thank you so much for staying with us. See you. And now I invite all speakers to come to the scene for a general photo. And then after the speakers, I will invite our team.